Okay guys, so in today's video we're going to talk about a drill, and this is going to be a really useful drill because lots of golfers that I know get really uncertain of exactly what they're supposed to do at the start of the downswing, and by the end of this video you're going to have real clarity on what you should practice the next time you go to the driving range. So first things first, I want to start with a drill that Butch Harmon used to do, and he used to do it with somebody that you may have heard of, Tiger Woods. Now Tiger Woods at the time, when he was working with Butch, would have a problem where he would get a bit spinny. And what spinny means is when his hips would start moving too quickly in the start of the downswing. And this would then mean that the hands and arms would end up chasing behind him. And this would mean that then he would get the feeling of his hands becoming too active in the bottom part of the golf swing. And we don't want that. What we want to do is we want to get the feeling that, yeah, as we start the downswing, as we'll come to in this video, we want to lead with the body, but we don't necessarily want the arms to feel like they're trapped, and these are the ways that we're going to avoid it. So the first thing that we're going to do is talk about Butch Harmon's simple drill. All he used to do with Tiger was get him to pause at the top and then start hitting some shots from that pause position. Now the reason why this is really a good drill is because, like I said, a lot of people that come through that door, online students, end up sort of not sure what they're supposed to do in the start of the downswing. They'll say to me, Russ, I'm going to try and move this, I'm going to try and move this, I'm going to try and do X, Y, Z. But if you just take a moment and you swing up to the top and you pause, and then you get the feeling of letting everything come together, you're going to start to be able to re-synchronize your golf swing. And this would be a good way for you to do it. So if you went down to the driving range to hit some shots, as I'm going to do here, you just swing up to the top, take a pause, and then try and bring everything down together, like so. And this way you're going to get a real strong sense of everything being nice and coordinated. So I'm going to do a couple more of those. So up, down and throw. So I'm still turning my body, I'm still pulling my arms down, but what you can see is the way that everything looks like it's nice and connected. And like I say, the key word here is it's in sync. So it's not like I'm pulling down just my arms, it's not like I'm just spinning my body, I'm moving my body as I pull my arms down. And that's why I can still produce decent results exactly like so. Now, eventually, you don't necessarily want to become completely embedded with a pause in your golf swing, because you might find that's one, quite distracting, and two, there is that little bit of loss of power. And that's why this year I teamed up with Swing Buddy. So Swing Buddy is a very simple training aid rope exercise, but the thing that I love about Swing Buddy is, well, a number of things. One, the fact that it's handmade and it's made here in the UK, but also the fact that it is a 7-iron length and it's a 7-iron weight. So this means that you can practice brushing the ground very much as I'm doing here. The reason why this is a good exercise is because if I go back over Butch Harmon's drill, swing up to the top, down and through. What you then want to do, and this is why the rope trainer is brilliant, is because you want to start learning the second phase is starting the downswing by moving your chest first, quickly followed by your arms. And the great way to use a rope trainer is you're going to anticipate when it hits you on the back. So excuse this angle for a moment. So if I swing back, look, I pause, hits me on the back, and then through. But then what you start to do is you start to wait, and as soon as it hits you on the back, then you start that downswing. And this stops you getting stuck, just pausing. So the way, okay, and then you can advance that slightly further where you could anticipate it to hit you on the back and move. And this will get you really whipping that club nicely through the golf ball. So I like both of those exercises. I like the Butch Harmon drill as a great way to warm up, get rid of too many swing thoughts, just think about synchronization. I love the Swing Buddy because it gives you that natural whipping sensation, and it gets your body and your hands and arms creating a nice sound biomechanical movement. And the way I like to put it all together is you can just hit some shots with a tempo trainer. So you might find doing all of this in one session is too much, but you can break it down. You can do some pause drills in one practice session, you can practice at home with your rope trainer, and then you could go and go to another practice session where you just focus on your tempo. Now, your tempo doesn't need to be a particular rhythm, but what you're trying to do is find your rhythm. And there's an application which you can download on the App Store. That's what I've got. So that's something that I use myself and also my students. But obviously there will be a variety of other options out there as well. And this way you can just practice working on your tempo. If you have a consistent and sound tempo, then you are equally going to find consistent and sound golf. So hopefully this video helps you out. It's really key that you have real awareness of hands and arms and body really working together. Work on it. I'll see you soon.